Something that we take feed.
Okay, now.
Thumbnail.
No yet. And a thumbnail is suggest.
No, we can probably think. You know, yeah. I don't know. Can like.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today in another video. Today we have the beautiful
Chilling with Neeks here.
Long time when I say chilling with Neeka. She so just has said for so long we don't do a video. But we're here today and we have something a little bit different.
We look nice.
We're nice all the time. All when we are asleep, we're nice.
Nice. I will yes. Broke out in the morning.
I went with a lockdown like right now. No money, but we're still nice. But anyway, we want to do something different today. So please remember to like, share, subscribe to my channel. If you have not already subscribed, and leave me a comment down below. Please remember to run over to Chilling with Neeka. She is a great content creator. Watch out our video them and subscribe to her channel. So if you want to know what we're up to, stick around and we'll see you on the other side.
See you soon.
All right, guys. So we're going to do a little talk today. So we're going to be speaking on singleness singleness. So we're going to be looking at it from two angles, two perspectives. Being single in the church and being single outside of the church. So we're going to be sharing we're going to be sharing our views, and these are personal views. Yep. And I don't know what you're from the we're just talking based on what we're experiencing. So singleness being in the church, being in a married obviously, and being single outside of the church.
You know, I actually did a similar video to this.
You did?
It was preparing in your singleness.
Yeah, man, yeah, like remember. That. Yes, you did. I did give some really good pointers, but I never remember.
A long time did I video
there. All right, so that's what we're about today. So since you're the guest, we don't have anything.
No, but you have to tell me a question because it's just random something we think about.
Yeah, we don't have anything structured and we don't want it to be structured. So what we're basically doing, or what we'll be doing, is share our experience thus far, because we are 20 nice and we're single. So we want to share our experience. How is life being a single lady in her avenue? How is life as a single lady in my avenue? So stuff like that. Yeah. So as things come, we talk about it. Nothing structured.
Yeah. But first, let me say that despite that I am not a Christian, I am God-fearing person because I go to church very regular. My mother is a Christian, and I'm what would I call it? Christian driven. Like most things that I do it with the thought of
she have the fear of God upon her.
Yeah, exactly. So being single for me, not being in church, it's not hard because I know how to love myself, let me say that. I know how to enjoy my own company. So for me, I'm not going to rush into something. I prefer stay single than rush into something that is going to make me uncomfortable, right? And a lot of times that I find that persons who tend to probably, say, talk to me or approach me, like at first and they give you an interview, and then after you realize that their values are not with your values, or their characters are not with your characters, because it really and truly, it makes no sense. You're in a relationship that takes you outside of what you believe in. Definitely. And that can be good or bad, because some persons can take you outside of what you believe in and it push you to greatness. But sometimes some spirit just, to deal with some spirit.
Yes.
So you kind of, when you love yourself and know to enjoy your own company, it's not really hard per se. But as it pertains to, like, probably have some young ladies who really want help financially and stuff like that, it will lead people to be getting relationships that they're not supposed to.
Right.
But because I grew up with my mother, who is an independent type of person, I tend to have that trait about me. So whether I have it or not, I will do without and then fund it when I can. That's how I am.
So let me ask you a question. You ever experience like I talk to people outside the church, and the reason why we are stressed on it because we want persons who might, you know, reach at this point of the video, they never watch from front. So I'm not classifying her to say, you know, what persons might think when I say outside of the church, or, you know, me being inside.
Yeah,
but right.
Yeah.
So I have had conversations with persons who are outside of the church, and a few of them, you know, say that they are pressured at times, you know, to say, all right, then you're outside of the church. What are your limitations? Why is it, you know, involved? Or even as far as why you're not have children, why you're not married and stuff like that. Do you experience, you know, stuff like that from others? Why?
Yeah, because I did a video a while ago saying to people who stop asking why I have a kid at the age of 20, you know? Because at the same time, having a, you can, what I'm saying, you can be a mother, but you can't be a parent, or be a parent, but you might not be a mother. And having kids is like, it takes mental preparation to have a child. Because I find a lot of people might have pitney and leave them at the hospital.
True.
But I have gotten that. I have gotten, why is it that you don't have a child? Why is it that at the age of 26 you're not even dating? You know? I have dated. And I have seen. But at this point in my life, we don't have time for you to ask me what kind of color I like, what kind of ice cream. Those are like random conversation. Those are like random conversation, but for a conversation, an in-depth conversation with somebody, and them can't even tell you them 5-year plan. Them can't even explain what is it that they want in life, you know, stuff like that. It kind of forces you just to stay by yourself. But I have gotten those conversations, and how I approach it, like, you don't worry about me being at this age and don't have a child or not in a relationship. I've seen plenty of persons in relationship at my age and they are uncomfortable. Many persons have been engaged and there's no wedding. You know, so you have seen stuff like that. But that's just me. Listen, it's never too late if I reach 30 and I have a child. Because I would probably be prepared for it at that time. Yes. And I've always said I don't want to have a child and be in my mom's house. Whoa! So that's one thing. It can't happen, you know. It can't happen, but the same question for you, being in the church.
Being in the church, I think we have similarities because a lot of people look on persons in the church, especially young ladies, and they have a book, and the book that they have, you know, they write down how your life should start out, how it should go, and the ending of it. And a lot of people tend to think that if your life as a person in the church is not going this way, I mean your personal life, then something is wrong, something is up, and all of that. So I would say it is similar, because you have persons who feel to themselves that you should be doing this by a certain time. Exactly. You should be married, because like if you're in the church as a young girl and you reach certain age, you're not married, you know, it's like quote unquote a crime. It's like a big thing, you know, and people put a lot of pressure where that is concerned. And then even as you said, a lot of people reach in relationships and they're not happy. It's the same. A lot of people ending up getting married because maybe the parents have forced them, you know, or, you know, they are traditional, they force them, you know, pressures from maybe other friends who are married, you know, pressure coming down from maybe the leaders, or, you know, the pressure is just all around it. So people just rush, people don't get the chance to actually iron out the necessary things, and then you find out that them jump in a marriage and bam, them unhappy, man start beat them, man not treat them good, you know, and stuff like that.
And sometimes, you know, persons often forget that the person that you're with, you're having a child with that person. And if that person might have bad character, your child might come with that bad character about them to say, if you be aware, come on.
Definitely.
Take your time.
But certainly being in the church and being single, it is not hard. It is possible. And a lot of people feel as if, you know, it is a death sentence if you are in the church and you're a certain age and they see you going and, you know, come with somebody and present and say, this is who I am dating now. In the church, things are done differently. Well, every church do their thing differently, but as it relates to seeing somebody or dating, you know, it's really like a process kind of thing in the church, opposed to outside of the church. You would definitely do things how it suits you.
Yeah.
And not to say that in the church, the leaders or whoever is in charge of you is going to have something that is structured and say.
But that's what I was going to ask, you know, as opposed to persons watching you from outside of the church asking you, why is it that you're not here at such a point? What about persons inside the church? How is that with persons saying, oh, you're at this age, you're in the church for this long?
It is the same. Persons on the inside, they are saying similar, if not the same thing as persons on the outside. Because as I say, it's like a traditional kind of thing. People feel as if that, all right, then you're inside the church and a certain years pass. What's wrong with you? Yeah. What happened? Some people might say, I must something wrong with you. You're picky. Or, you know, there's a whole lot of stuff that people would actually put on the table to say that these are the reason why, you know, you're not at that place. But then sometimes it has to do with you, the individual. What is it that you're looking for?
True.
Who is it that you, not really said to who, because my belief is dwell on the word that all good and all perfect gifts, you know, come from God. And I believe that if he chooses for you, then the gift that you're going to receive is going to be good. But in all of this, the same, I mean, you're not gonna just get up and just randomly pick that person there. Oh, because you like how the drummer play the music, you have to pick him. Or you like how that one you sing, you have to pick that one there. You know, you really set up yourself for heartbreak and disappointments and all of that, because you don't know if that is the person that, you know, that God really have for you.
And at the end of the day, sorry to cut you, at the end of the day, if you don't love yourself, when I say, who is it you're going to love somebody else? Because we as millennials and persons even that born after us, they take this love thing very lightly, like it's just a word. But if you're not, I've always said this, if I can't find my purpose, then I can't embark in somebody else's purpose.
Definitely.
And if I can't love myself, how is it that I'm going to love somebody the way they're supposed to love? A lot of females want to be a wife, but did you prepare yourself to be a wife?
That is it, because I remember I was having a conversation once, and the person was very, he spoke very strong about, you know, having a wife and, you know, she can't do certain things, you know, in the house. And I was saying, if you find yourself in that situation, then meaning said the lady never prepare herself. So she don't know if it clean, she don't know if the broom not to lay across the way, the doorway, if you take up and put, you know, at a certain place. You know, simple stuff like that. I was saying to him, teach her. But then he's saying that, you know, this is the thing with young girls growing up. They don't try to work on themselves. You know, they reach at a point in their life and them get married, and sometimes it's not because, go back to what I said, it's not because they are ready, but because the pressure from the one year, and
societal pressure.
Right. So people pressure them, and then them just say, okay then, and them just jump into it, and them just never ready. A lot of people tell me that I am ready. I mean, I say, but you look like, say them and me is them. You know, because what they are seeing from the outside, all right, then they look at physical, you know, probably how your body might mature, because that's what they can see, and maybe how you talk, and they might know, say, all right, then you did go high school and you get 5 subjects, and they know, say, you did work, yes, and they look and stuff like that. But then as for me, to myself,
you know you're not there.
I know I am not there yet, because then when number one, me not even like people coming in my room, and that's a big problem. Now you tell me, no, me get married and then I have to share space with somebody. I mean, things it will get used to, you know, but I am saying to people, at where I am at now, I don't feel as if, you know, so compromising and, you know, all of those things that come, the package that comes with it, you know, there's a lot of things that I still have to work out on my end before me.
And I say the same.
Try go take out the people them picnic and go stress them out. And then by 2 2 you look, you see them, you know, go buy one length of rope and, you know, stuff get out of hand because things just now work or flow how it should go.
I've had persons say to me that, like when I said that, probably I want to be at a financial spot to be, because a lot of time you don't want to end up in a single parent dwelling, but you don't know, you might end up in that position. And somebody look at me and say, if your mother was choosing to go to university before thinking about getting pregnant, you might have not been here. You see them something? So this is a case where I'm supposed to still stay in generational poverty. I'm not supposed to tell myself, I want to come out of it, so when I have a child or I have children, then they don't have to fret or be worried about some of the things that I had to. You get me? So I have been in situation, but as I said before, it comes back to the fact that I know how to be with myself. If you understand what I say, I know how to enjoy my own company. You can leave me in a room with Wi-Fi and food for a week and I am fine. Yeah, it comes back to that.
And definitely. A lot of I talk to females, I talk to young girls, and if persons are not financially stable, and you know them not feel to themselves say they need to make that step, figure, you know, say, okay, then I'm gonna get married to this person and stuff. And then you have some people what kind of throw out the entire thing and say, okay, then it's a partnership and you build, okay, then fine. Now, first of all, you have to consider everything that comes with it. It's not just about what happened in the bedroom, because that me tell people all the while say that must happen. It come with a package. Exactly. But the reality of it, all right, then you're not financially stable. Me not financially stable. What are we going to do? Number one, I'm not even talking about having a big kind of ceremony. Me not talking about that. All right, then
we're not talking about rich.
Yeah, leave from out of your parent house. Me I leave from out of my parent house. All right, then we are going to rent somewhere, obviously, because the money is not there if we're not financially stable to get somewhere for ourselves and buy, because house is a Jamaica, very expensive.
And that's only that, you know, a lot of persons know how to spend money, but they are not financially literate, if you understand what I mean. So, them get the money and spend it, but after me spend this bulk of money, or I could have probably take out a loan to do this rather than just spend half of this. What do I do next? You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, that happens, you know, especially when people live them single life and they do what they want for them. But then when you come together, which is a partnership, maybe the lady have a better balance than you, so that's where you're going to help. But speaking about coming from, you know, your parent house, I am coming from my parent. What we are carrying into it. So a lot of people look into those things and must say, all right, then you're going to need bed, you're going to need this, you're going to need that. We're not financially stable, there is no money. How is it going to work? So a lot of people don't look upon this. Me hear people more than one time say, what? If I even go in a one bedroom, or not to say anything is wrong with that, but you don't know how they
go in the one bedroom with what though?
That is what me ask me to go throw them on cardboard, and I don't know. But at the same time, these things have to come into consideration. If you don't know where to come from, it is because we are not even talking about if you get married and to put on the ring. The real life will happen after, when the pastor gone about in business, when the witness gone about in business. The real life are going to happen there. So when you done married and say your vows and you go, what are you go? Where are going to go to the empty house go do what? You get what me I say? So
and sometimes meals often, because I've had meals say to me, say, you're pretty, you have the characteristics of being somebody, you know, in a relationship and stuff. But some males fail to realize that not all women want to just come and be dependent on a man. Not always say so. Some of we want, when you put the 80, we can put the rest. If you put the, well, I believe in 50-50, but if you put the 80, we can put the rest. That's just it. You get, some people don't understand that. And again, them see you, and because you're not, oh, you should have a child already and you're not interested in them feel like something is wrong. But that,
and them diagnose it.
Yes. And that comes back to probably males who are probably knowledgeable about how life should be and stuff. But why?
I have a lot of males too, because I think in tradition, you normally have the husband, the man go work and the woman stay home and the woman is a housewife. Now, in my time and era, I don't want to be a housewife.
Not at all.
I don't want, and when I say housewife, I'm not talking about not wanting to take care of the home. That is totally different. Back in the days, you used to have it. The man, all him do is give the woman a lot of children and she stay home and that you know, stuff concerning that. I don't want to be a housewife, first and foremost. So at the end of the day,
let me add to that before you move on, because she said she don't want to be a housewife. I do not. I can take care of the home and I will take care of it well. You can provide the house and I turn that in our home, but I even lost track of what me that say. So, last track of me, continue.
What did I say?
I don't remember. I don't remember what that say.
Yeah, so what I would definitely say to young males, because a lot of them want to get married and them see them approach you and everything, them don't have a job. No, me always say it come like say me, sir, because I don't want them way, you know, not have no ambition to do nothing. Why me not know?
That is so true.
Them always have the biggest star.
So
them
true.
Always have the most for tell you. Them always have, you know. But at the same time, what step are you taking? You want to go to people them nice daughter. For care come put
nice trying daughter.
You understand? Want to come take me up and put me weird. Which way you gonna put me? Me nah come at your mother house, come and live. Me nah come at your grandmother house, come and live. Me nah come at your father house, come and live. Me nah live with no relative. You know, and that is a problem for me. Yes. So as a man, you know, who is the head of the wife, or who would be the head of the wife according to the, you know, the spiritual part, then me not believe say if you want people get pitney and you know make the first step to say alright then make me go get one little work. Or you work, you're honest, but you're honest, but me not tell you say you have to drive a Range Rover, sir, and you have to work at such a bank or such a place. I'm not saying that, but at the same time, you want people nice pitney and you not have nothing to facilitate them.
Yeah, I remember what I was going to say. So you were saying that you don't want to become a housewife.
Not at
a lot
all.
of times persons going into a relationship and forget that the woman have a family and siblings. You have the same, and it might be a case where I want to break some sort of generational curse, generational poverty when it comes on to my sibling and my family. Yeah. So how is it you're going to tell me to take stay home? Are you going to break that generational poverty for my family? Hell no. So I bet you tell me, say, listen, you don't have to do much, but continue the way I do, and I will help out in certain way. You can't tell me that I'm going to be a housewife. I have people who I need to take out of poverty. I need to know that when my child comes and my child picking them can have something for life, and I'm not going to make their life easier. But come on, for too long them I tell black people, boy, if you work hard for it. Work smart, not hard, man.
Work smart.
Yeah, break that. I have generational curse to break too, so you can't tell me to become a housewife.
True. No. I mean, if it work out where, you know, you are not able to work because you have a lot of people, they are just not able to work, maybe medical condition or whatever, that is totally different. But if the lady is in the position to work and something is available, hello sir, wherever you are, you may talk to, leave her alone, make sure work, make sure do what it is that she want to do and support her. So these are some of the things that, you know, people, young girls, we have to take into consideration. And it's not a jump in, jump out sort of thing, because when you jump in a certain situation, it's not easy if you just jump back out and just walk away and just say, okay, then next try, and you jump over here. So it's not a case like that. So for the people them want nay and operate like siren in the people ears, and you feel as if, you know, the time that we're living in now is the same time back then. We are in, whether you love the man or not, you're married to the man, that is you and the man business. We are not about that kind of thing, because we now get into something for get back out of it. I mean, if it is taxing, then fine. But we are getting a hit and we are putting all night and we are trying our best to ensure that it works, it is beneficial to the person and to me and to those around us that is in our circle, which is our immediate family. So we're not getting a nothing if we jump out of it. So we want to ensure that the time is right, we are right.
Yes.
And we move right with the process. So
question though, do you, being in the church, do you guys believe that you're supposed to date before you just jump in a relationship?
That is the thing a lot of people get wrong with the church. I can speak about my church.
And how you go about dating?
Right. It's different at my church. As I said, different churches, you know, different thing. But yes, you are allowed to date before. It's not a case. And people get this misconcept thing to say that people in the church, them just get up,
go in a relationship.
And just, no, it cannot work like that. For some people, if that's how, because you have some people, you know, God will definitely show you that this person is for you and you get the connection. So you don't really need to go on the dating process to get to know the person. Sometimes how the dating may not happen is if me know the person for your time. So we were friends from before. Yeah, guys, so I was saying that a lot of people have that kind of misconception about the church. So as I mentioned just now, if God give the revelation, say the person who play the drum is for you or your husband, that, and you get that connection, you don't really need to go now, to go get in the dating process, because you would have already known this person. The person may be a worshiper at your church, or maybe a different church, you know the person over time. The person maybe, you know, was your friend for a couple of years, or for a, you know, for a while. You don't really need to go say, all right, then you want to go date the person again. You already know something about the person. And even when you're married, you're still learning more about the person. But differently, let's say now I meet somebody from a different church. And him like me like him. I know to myself that based on, you know, conversations that we might have, and me say me like him, you know, mean say me see him yesterday. Right, you are getting to know this person off here, and getting to know the person, that means that you go deep in love with the person. You're getting to know who the person is, right, and stuff like that. Now, if I reach at a point where
you make the church know that you're
may I come to it?
Okay.
So I reach a point now, because I am from a different organization, I'm from a different church, so me have to make my part clear on my side. He have to know what film church stand for and to do it on his side. So I realized that I like this person now. My first thing, and knowing that when we're dating, you know, go see we down halfway tree, you know, go see we on the mall and I eat ice cream, you're not going to see us. Now I realized that I like this person like me, whatever. I am now going to go to my leader, which is my pastor. So that's the next step. So when I go to him now, I explain to him what is really happening. I've never done it before, so I don't really know what details will come after, but I know that's the process. All right, so you go to him, or you go, since I'm talking about myself, I go to him and I tell him. He will ask questions about this person, you know, that he sees fit at the time to ask me. Then he's going to call both of us together, whichever time, whenever time is possible, and then he's going to talk to us concerning what he have to say and what I have to say. Now, there is still rules in all of this, because remember, so we're not married, we're not engaged. All right, for some churches, the dating process might be announced, so that just in case people say we don't have Burger King, then persons know. All right, so sometimes in this arena, it is going to be announced, so people actually know. Say, all right, then just in case you see Neeta with somebody, because if the person is not from a church, you know, in case you see her with somebody, I know about it. And what, and him say, and him what have you. So that's just the process, and then, you know, the engagement will come right along. A lot of people also think that your engagement must be shared in the church. I don't know about any other church, but it's not a must at my church. You can do it wherever you feel comfortable, as long as it is done in a godly way. Remember, it's not your husband, it's not your wife. If you want to share it with the church, with the congregation, you can do so, but if you want to do it outside of, then you can. And then this is going to be made public to the church, and you get your little time for plan your plan, and then the wedding come up, and then you're legal, you do your do.
Your role is more structured than we outside of the church.
Definitely.
I think now persons, they start talking to somebody, they just feeling it's you're alone. And we're in a relationship now. At the end of the day, a lot of times we need to learn the red flags of who we're talking to before we say, all right, we're in a relationship. And persons need to understand dating is a must. For me, I think, well, if God give me the revelation, he said the person that my one, then so be it. Because him are the one with me have wait pan to choose. This somebody are direct the person to my direction, so I can know say you are you. But I think dating is a must. You feel out, you let it be known that listen, and that you alone may talk to. But it is a bit more complicated because persons just think say if me talk to you, are you alone? So you have to definitely be talking to persons who are mature enough to know that. And I'm talking to you now, but I'm dating.
Yeah.
And you might just be dating two persons. You know, I'd probably date 1, 5, 6. That sound like something. That sound like you are the one speed dating. But if you talk to somebody, you meet somebody a while now, and you talk to somebody else before, you say, you know, I'm dating this person, I'm feeling out who. And I think it's free will just to have a choice.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a little bit harder because we don't have nobody to tell nothing. You know, we friends just say we date, oh yeah, date that one day, and whatever.
Yeah,
so it kind of put a little pressure for you to choose one, even if your friend know, because your friend might like that one, and I like that one day. But then you like the other one with the friend I like, you know, so it's a little bit more complicated.
Yes, and coming down, you know, to this whole little talk, it's very tedious inside the church too, because it's not a case wherein it might not work out with this person, and then you call for the usher, and it not work out with the usher, and you call for that one day. And I'm not saying that person's on the outside do that, but it's very easier for them to transition to say, you know, this one never worked. I am going to date somebody else. It's different in the church because you can't just go around and say, all right, then that one never work out and stuff like that. So it's very good if you can get that revelation to say that that person is yours, and you get the connection. I can tell you it will work out better that way, because God himself will show you and say. One man did come to me one time and him say, God say, you're my wife. So what? You're the man now? You're married? So
God say,
I rebuke him same time, and I say, look here, man. I say, look here. I say, I would have to get the connection. Definitely. You want to see him too. And the fact that he might ask me if I'm married, I say, you're not supposed to.
God gave revelation. But you see, we're coming down because we think we already did about 30 odd minutes. But how you deal with like feelings, knowing that you're in the church and you're single. And when you say feelings, you know, sometimes you might see a friend outside of the church, you know, get love and love up and stuff like that. How you deal with stuff like that?
I tell people all the time it's mind over matter, and people sometimes say them not see through that.
Because they can't control themselves.
This is a lot of, this is a lot of thing. This is what a lot of persons can't deal with, and they don't know how to control themselves. I am very involved in ministry. That is first and foremost. I'm very involved, and it consumes my entire being.
Yes, you have time to think about.
Right, and I tell people all the time, I don't put my mind on what is not mine. And when me can't get me now put my mind there, because I set up myself for heartbreak, for failure, disappointment, and headache. So it's not a case that we don't get certain feelings, because we're not dead, we are alive, and we are human. Yeah. But at the same time, the feelings are not more than we. So we know how to control ourselves, and we know, say, all right, then there are certain boundaries, so we're not going to push ourselves to be a part of something that we know we definitely can't be a part. Well, that is for me. We can't, you know, we can't be a part of. So we just know how to deal with the thing.
For me, it's similar. For me, similar, and I don't know if it's because I'm God-fearing. I always tell people again, if you know to be by yourself and enjoy your own company, then a lot of things don't even trouble you.
Yeah.
And for me, you know me, I'm always doing something.
Yeah.
Whether even if I don't have nothing to do, my phone and scroll, I look for something new to do. So a lot of times that is not even on the mind per se. And again, it's a mind over matter, definitely. Yeah. So yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to a Look at Talk, even though we were saying that we had nothing structured. But I saw it go. I want to say thanks to
Chilling with Neeka here.
Yes, for joining me on my channel another time. Please remember to follow her on all socials at
Neeka on Facebook, Neeka25 on Instagram.
All right, follow my business page, Fashionable Headwears at Zoe's for your fashionable headwears. Follow my sister Endurance by Kris, our bag collection for our wristlets, and stay tuned for our new launch, our new designs, I should say, this September. All the things are going. Please remember to like up this video, share it with somebody, and leave me a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time in another video.